Hey everybody, Dave from Dave Moore Racing here. So I promised that I'd do a video when I start tearing down this to do upgrades on it. And so basically I'm just going to start taking this thing apart and talking to you guys about how I constructed the thing and what changes I'll make when I build the next one, because there's going to be another one. So for me, this is like tattoos. Once I built one, I just wanted to build the next and the next and the next. So the people that have that kind of thing where they get one tattoo and then they want a bunch more, or somebody buys one bike and then they decide that they're going to set up a museum for bikes. Well, this is kind of the same thing for me. I love building this kind of stuff and just seeing what I can do. You know, it just pushes my mind into another industry that I can do something with. So, okay. So, first thing. And if I could go back and tell my old self, or I'm telling my new self this, when you start the construction of this, and I built this all in Fusion 360 as a model, the thing I should have thought about was how I was going to enclose it. The enclosure is very obviously an afterthought. And it wasn't until I got it in place and then I'm like, how am I going to enclose this thing and make it where I can still work on it? And so all of this here was just a quick way to get the machine up and running and see if it was going to be viable, see if it was going to actually work for what I wanted it to do. So I will say this, it was easy to put together, and because all of the plastic is just held on by these paper clips, it's super easy to take apart and maintenance. You can get this stuff off and have access to the whole thing all the way around. So, I mean, in that respect, it's easy to take apart and get into any areas and clean it without having to do a bunch of work. And, you know, you can take it apart and put it back together pretty quick. But it is something that I am going to change. So I'm going to go ahead and get this stuff all stripped off here. And like I said, it's just held on with these style clips. So I'm going to get this stuff stripped off and then we'll move to the next step of the project.